So, I'm filming this for me because I need a process, and this is just a way for me to process. Because I know that I'm not the only person who experiences stuff like this. That said, I know that sometimes, like my grandma can see these videos because she follows me on Insta. Grandma, if you see this, don't watch this one. Don't watch this one. With love, please don't. Anyways, I had one of those stop crying, you're a witch moments, like reminders from my spiritual team. Or maybe that's just me reading into it too much. But maybe it's not. Let's just let's just get into story time. So months ago, I posted about how I'm tired of feeling ableism for my dad. And I posted that because at the time he was guilt tripping me for the ways in which I was financially dependent on him when I'm disabled. I have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. There's multiple studies about the comorbidity of chronic pain and PTSD. I grew up body armoring my whole life. And the more I get older, the more I see comorbidity studies with PTSD, autism, dysautonomia, fibromyalgia, the autonomic nervous system as a whole. Like when I say my autonomic nervous system has been fucked by the trauma of my childhood, I mean it. He was an alcoholic who couldn't keep his temper, who couldn't emotionally regulate. I body armored my whole life through that. The body remembers. I am now bearing that for my whole life. Medical bills alone. Like, you have no fucking idea. The cost, the lifelong cost, on top of the fact that I'm in that dynamic disability gray area where I'm too disabled to work a 40-hour work week job. So I'm in a very much transitional life period. And this guilt tripping of the financial burden of my existence was very unexpected for me, emotionally and mentally, because I thought we had an agreement of how long as to he was going to help me in the way that he was helping me. And this conversation happened months before that period ended. So I wasn't expecting it just yet. And I honored the pain of my life that I have to bear for the rest of my life and stood up for myself. Wow. There was just outside. Someone stopped, like, full brakes. And emotionally speaking, that's kind of what happened. I was like, full stop. You have no idea the cost of my life, but sure, whatever. Okay, this is clearly not going to work out. Our relationship is just purely transactional at this point. And that transaction is based around ableism, and it was really pissing me off. And so I made a very vague Facebook post, and I said, I'm just really tired of facing ableism personally in personal relationships right now, especially my father. And a cousin of mine, who's way younger than me, she's like in her mid-20s, her father was a great man. He died of cancer. I say this for context. I loved her father. Rest in peace. I love her father. He was a great man, and she was lucky to have him as a father. That's just for context. She messaged me, and she said that she's praying for me, and like, I should be grateful for my dad. And I was like, you actually have no idea what you're talking about. I understand that she was coming from the context of like her dad died, and so she wishes that she had her dad in her life. I should be grateful that I have a dad. The thing is, I don't have a dad. I've never had a dad. He didn't care to stop getting abusively angry at my mother, at my brother. He didn't care to get his act together. He doesn't care that I'm disabled for life. I have chronic pain because of how I muscle armored my way through childhood because of fear of him. No care. I don't consider him an actual father. So no, I'm not grateful for him. My dad messaged me last week, and he said that she said that to me because her dad died. Like, he clarified that for me, which I sort of understood was the context anyways. And I talked to my mom about it, and I was like, that doesn't take away from what I said. It doesn't change how I feel. I still stand by what I said. Like, I'm not grateful for him. He could die. I don't really care. I said that to my mom. And next thing I know, this week, it's Christmas week, Yuletide week. Guess who had a heart attack and is now in the hospital? My dad, yeah. As an autistic ADHD, which who cannot stop pattern recognition. It's one of those things where I just sit here and ponder. You know, could be completely coincidence, could not be. Anyways, I know I'm not the only person who's experienced stuff like this. I feel a certain sense of numbness, and I know that's my shadow. It's some sacred rage that I need to work through, I'm sure, which I am trying to honor right now. So like I said, like I stand by how I feel right now because of how much of my life was violated. Just very heavy. And holding space for all of that can just feel like a lot sometimes. And so I just needed to take a moment to process it. And talking about it helps. I know that I'm not alone. We're all going through shit. We all have shit to bear. And I know that I'm not alone. So I know that there's other people who will understand the weight of this and the spiritual alchemy work that comes with it, which I'm in the midst of. And right now it's simply the acknowledgement of all the shadows that are coming up. Because you can only alchemize when you've acknowledged what you have to work with. So this is me acknowledging another shadow because I don't like that numbness. I don't want to feel that numbness anymore. It's like there's a spark of me that's died that I'm trying to get back, and acknowledging it is the first step. So if you relate to any of this, know that you're not alone. especially like in the holidays. The holidays can be a lot when you've been through a lot and when you have not so good relationships with all of your family. That said, I'm really grateful for the family that I do have good relationships with. Really grateful for my brothers and my mom, and really grateful for my support system. I'm sending you so much love. The only way out is through. Love you, here for you. We got this.